Howdy, James Ward here, and I'm excited to share a huge aha that I recently had, and I'm positive it's going to have a huge immediate impact on your business. See, I was watching a movie earlier this week, and one of the characters, well, they posed an awesome scenario. I want you to imagine back in your single days, you're driving down the road in your car on a wild and stormy night. The weather, it's like a hurricane. Torrential rains, high winds, lightning flashing constantly. And as you're driving, you come across a partially covered bus stop where you see 3 people waiting for a bus. The first person is an older woman who looks like she's about to die. She needs to go to the hospital. The second is an old friend who once saved your life. And third, well, that's the perfect partner you've been dreaming about, your soulmate. Now, knowing that you only have room for one more passenger in your car, because it's a really small car, what do and why? Now, I want you to take a moment to really think about it. See, if you're like me, you probably think, well, pick up the old woman, she's gonna die, and I should save her first. But then you start to go, well, take my friend. See, he once saved my life and I owe him everything. But then there's that part of me that says, well, I may never be able to find my soulmate again. An old dying woman, your best friend, your potential soulmate. What do? Well, the answer in the movie, it blew my mind. The character actually said, I'd give the car keys to the old friend and I'd let him take the dying woman to the hospital. See, then I'd stay behind and wait for the bus with the woman of my dreams. I mean, wow. To be bluntly honest, I didn't even see that as an option. After a little bit of research, I discovered that this is actually a common blind spot affecting leaders and business owners everywhere. And they call it functional fixedness. See, my thoughts and my subsequent choices were entirely limited because, by default, I only saw one seat available in the car that had to be filled. By changing the way I looked at things, the things I looked at began to change. That sounds kind of familiar, doesn't it? So here's where the rubber meets the road for your business. How many of your 100 nearest neighbors do you honestly know by name? See, the reason I ask is that I am very frequently approached with questions about farming from salesmen and women who only see farming as a means to an end, a way for them to get business. Well, guess what? This concept of functional fixedness is lurking in the shadows waiting to strike. I want you to try this idea on. What if instead of thinking farming, we think neighboring? What if we were to all go out this weekend and meet 100 of our neighbors? Maybe take it a step further. Invite them all to a driveway mixer later next week to get to meet other people from the neighborhood. So what topics do you think will come up naturally in conversation? I'll tell you, it's almost always going to be one of 4. Family, occupation, recreations, or dreams. So what kind of impact would that community have on your family, on your neighborhood, heck, even your business? See, have you ever had the unpleasant experience of driving home from the office and seeing another agent sign in one of your neighbor's yards? Well, I have, and it kind of stinks. So, are you up for the challenge? Will you make a commitment to meet 100 of your nearest neighbors? Send me a message and let's hold each other accountable on this one. If you want to learn more about this concept of functional fixedness, I want you to check out this awesome video from the Harvard Business Review about how functional fixedness contributed to the overwhelming loss of life during the sinking of the Titanic so many years ago. Guys, it's been a blast. Make it a great day. We'll talk to you soon.